Are you an artist wondering how to create the perfect outline so you can draw accurately every time? Well, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I took this reference photo of Ellie, my latest commission, and ended up with this crisp outline on paper ready to be filled in with coloured pencil. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you've never seen my face before, hi, I'm Lizzie, a pet, family and wildlife portrait artist specialised in coloured pencil realism. So if that's something you're interested in, consider subscribing to my channel down below, and without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. You first need to size up and cut your paper. I use the Fabriano Artistico extra white hot pressed watercolour paper for all of my coloured pencil drawings. This commission is A5 size, but I cut my paper a little bigger as I mount all of my drawings, so there's a border to tape inside the mount. This is my cutting board area, and as you can see, the space now belongs to Widget, but he doesn't mind the noise or me disturbing him. I then prep the reference photo in Procreate by removing the background and drawing in any missing details. Ellie's ear was missing, so I added that in, and it's also a good stage to sharpen up the image to enhance those details. In a new layer, I add in a grid. I don't use the grid method to make outlines. I just like to include one, as I can refer back to the reference photo to help better determine placement of details if I'm getting confused whilst in the drawing process. I decrease the opacity so details are more visible in the darker areas of the reference photo, and once you've done all that, it's time to start tracing to create a digital outline. Later on in the video, I will be discussing the use of tracing as an artist. This is where I get in all of my important details: the eyes, the nose, the fur direction and patterns, sections of differing fur colour. Anything that will help me later on in the drawing process, I'm getting in now. Now I save this digital outline with the grid on top and print to my required size. Now it's time to get the outline onto paper, and for this I'm using my light pad. It has different colour modes and you can control the brightness. This is such a great tool to have, and I'll link this one in the description for you. I secure the printed outline to the pad and place my paper on top, making sure the image is centred. I like to tape one side of the paper so I can flip it back and forth like so to see the outline and make sure I'm getting everything down correctly. As mentioned before, I just want to touch on the controversy of tracing as an artist, how people can see it as cheating and not as a tool to have in your drawing kit, so to speak. In my opinion, tracing is not cheating. There's nothing wrong with freehand drawing, as this can help improve your drawing skills, but if you're creating realistic drawings, it's important to achieve a likeness to the subject, especially if you're drawing someone's pet or family member. There are many methods out there designed to aid us in creating outlines, and using them does not at all make you any less of an artist than someone who decides to freehand everything. Time management is vital for me as a commission-based artist. Tracing saves up valuable hours that can be spent on actually working on the portrait, which is what I'm being paid to do. Not to mention the drawing process is so much more fun than getting in an outline. So why would I want to spend my time on something I don't enjoy? The hard work comes from the ongoing time, patience, dedication, keen eye to detail, and the knowledge on how to execute the details required to complete the artwork to a high standard. There might be a shortcut to an outline, but there is no shortcut to skill. Adding a grid to the outline is of course optional if it doesn't help you, but since it does for me, I like to keep the grid within the parameters of the subject so I don't have to worry about rubbing out lines on the blank paper surrounding it. And now the outline's complete. This is my go-to method of creating precise outlines for my pencil drawings. If you don't have everything that I've used here, I do have some alternative ways that might work for you. If you don't have a light pad, you can use a window. It essentially works the same, you just have to make sure it's a sunny day so as much light as possible shines through, and not on a cloudy day like this. I did find it rather difficult to see any details on the printed photograph of the reference compared to the digital outline. But of course this might be different for you, depending on what your weather's like and what your reference photo is like. If you don't have access to a light pad or a printer, you can trace directly on your iPad. You need to make sure the image is sized up correctly, and you may have to size up and screenshot different parts of the image if the paper is larger than the screen, and move it to match the lines up. I don't know how many people this method will help, but you can actually create an outline in Microsoft Word. If you double click on the image to go to picture format section, in the artistic effects you'll find an effect called photocopy. You can then play around in the corrections option with sharpness and contrast, and you'll have an outline you can work from. I used this method a lot before my iPad, and I don't have a MacBook, so I'm not entirely sure what the software's like on there. I use this method to this day when it comes to large family portraits with multiple subjects because it saves a lot of time than individually tracing each one. Either print this out to use on a window or a light pad, or you can just trace directly from your laptop or computer screen. Again, like with the iPad, you may have to move the paper around to match the lines up. Here are even more ways of how you can get an outline. You'll have noticed I haven't included the popular tracing paper method in this demonstration. To be honest, I find the whole process a bit messy with all the graphite pencil, and I much prefer the neatness and accuracy of how I create outlines. However, it might work for you, and that's the beauty of art. There are no rules. There's no right or wrong way of doing anything. I hope seeing my method of getting outlines, creating outlines, and also all the other alternative methods was helpful to you. If you'd like me to go more in depth on alternative methods mentioned at the end of the video that I didn't actually show in this demonstration, or how to size up on paper larger than A4, let me know and I'll make a video dedicated to that. If you'd like to see me draw Ellie, then make sure you're subscribed to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you're notified when I upload my next studio vlog, because I'll be drawing her in one of them. All products I use in this video will be linked down below in the description for you, so you can go check them out, as well as all my social media. So if you follow me on Instagram, you can see when Ellie is finally finished. So yeah, if you liked the video, hit like, comment anything below if you've got anything to comment, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll hopefully catch you all at the next one. Bye for now.